Planned Parenthood's founder, Margaret Sanger, was a slick racist. She initiated an evil plot to eliminate the Negro population called the Negro Project back in 1939. Planned Parenthood was founded in hate and racism, and we know that still today it has not strayed from its racist roots. In the recent YouTube video, we hear the voices of Planned Parenthood organization as employees accept racist donations. We cringed when we heard the excitement of employees to accept donations, especially targeting black babies. Planned Parenthood is a billion-dollar baby-killing machine that receives the bulk of its blood money from the vicious dismembering and killing of black children. And 1/3 of that $1 billion comes from you and me, the taxpayer. The question of the day is, why are we forced to pay $350 million to an organization that is overtly racist and drenched in the blood of black folk?
Right now in the city of Cincinnati, we find that there are accusations that 14-year-olds have been allowed to have abortions and that sexual abuse has been covered up by Planned Parenthood. Those who break the law should not get government money. It's really simple. And I believe that our groups, the NAACP, has fallen into the trap of playing politics as usual instead of hearing a moral cry. We are not the fringe of the black community. We are the backbone of the black community. Once again, the faith community is standing up, and we're saying in this hour of change, when everyone is asking for things to be different, it's time for us as civil rights workers and laborers to engage the culture differently. It's time for us to shout, defund Planned Parenthood. Can we have the group say that with us? Defund Planned Parenthood! Defund Planned Parenthood!
I am Dr. Alveda King. I have a dream. It's in my genes. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said the Negro cannot win if he is willing to sacrifice the futures of his children for immediate personal comfort and safety. I personally am a victim of genocide and the tricks and lies of Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood has lied to our leaders, giving people like my uncle awards with the promise of helping our community to the tune of 50 million abortions in America since 1973. 14 million of those were black babies, and 2 of them were mine. So I am a victim of Planned Parenthood. I have suffered, and enough is enough. We are here today to say, defund Planned Parenthood. I have a letter in my hand to President Jealous of the NAACP. President Jealous, we're asking for justice. We're asking all of our presidential candidates, our congressional candidates, our members of Congress to defund Planned Parenthood. I want to remind you of the mission statement that says to ensure the political, educational, social, and economic equality of rights of all persons and to eliminate racial hatred and racial discrimination. On behalf of the littlest people in America, we are here today to say, defund Planned Parenthood.
That over 1,452 babies, black babies, are killed every day. That's right, at the end of this day, 1,452 black babies will have died. At the end of the week, more than 10,000 black babies will have died. At the end of the month, more than 40,000 black babies will have died. At the end of the year, close to 500,000 black babies will have died. And so the question that's on the table, what is the moral equivalence? We are told that we are Johnny One Note, that we only talk about abortion. But how does abortion compare to more jobs? How does abortion compare to the price of gasoline? How does abortion compare to bringing our troops home? It doesn't compare at all. And so in terms of what is important, on what's most important on the table in our community is our existence. That there is a kind of genocide that is taking place, and we're stepping forward and saying this must stop.
I spoke to Julian Bond, the president of the NAACP last year, along with Dr. Alveda King and Dennis Hayes, who was the interim president. That was a year ago at the National Convention in Detroit. They said that the NAACP has no position on abortion. If 1,457 black babies alone are dying by abortion, then here we are 365 days later and 500,000 black dead babies later. We've got to say enough is enough. We're tired of being silent. We're tired of being afraid. And our goal is to educate our people around this issue. Join us, NAACP, in defunding Planned Parenthood.
We live in America. We are Americans. We know the great history of this country. We know that this is a nation that rises up and fights when there are injustices. I am a manifestation of it. All of us black folks are, because once there was this horrible institution called slavery, and it would not endure and could not endure because there were decent folks in America. Well, now there's something worse than slavery in America. It is abortion. And no nation can long exist that kill their young. And regrettably, Planned Parenthood stands in the forefront of the annihilation of a people who have given this nation their sweat, their blood, and their tears. And I call on the NAACP, as one that has been described as a champion for black rights, to stand with us as we declare that defunding of Planned Parenthood ought to be priority #1. Why? Because we've heard the dead babies cry. Somebody defend us.
We have to question the partnerships that the NAACP has made. African Americans better start questioning the partnership we have made with those who represent us. Amen. You cannot represent me if you are indeed endorsing the extermination, the decimation of my community. And I say in closing that I must quote about black male responsibility.
Yes, sir.
Oh yes, I gotta say it. Jesse's brought it up. Obama's brought it up. Black male responsibility means if your seed passes into a womb and you create life, you take responsibility. You do not take your woman down to Planned Parenthood to destroy her seed. That is not black male responsibility. And both of them need to get it together, to be honest with you. In closing, Jesse Jackson, 1977, before his aspirations for president, he said, abortion is black genocide. What happens to a mind of a person and the moral fabric of a nation that can abort a baby without a pang of conscience? Where will we be?
Where?
20 years from today.
That's right.
But the question should have been asked, Jesse, where will you be 5 years later? Because you flip-flop, because your promotion, your ideas about promotion made you put down your principles of life.
All right.
Right.
We need to make a change. But to get back to the old landmark.
Tonight, Senator Obama is going to be here, and the NAACP has an excellent opportunity to influence him. He's going around talking about change we can believe in. We think he needs to approach it from change we can live with. And the first change he needs to have is to change his own mind and repent and cancel that unholy alliance that he has with Planned Parenthood. Tell them he does not want their support. He does not want their money. He will not carry the water for them. He is not going to help them be established to destroy the black population by setting up all of their facilities in our community to destroy us. He won't do that. He should change. That's change we should live with.
They've asked us about why aren't we standing for education? Why aren't we standing for better housing or to end the war or the plethora of issues that are adversely impacting our community? And I want to assure each and every one of them today that we are. But when you are killing, for every 8 babies that are born in this country, 9 are killed, you do the math. We won't be here to be concerned about education. We won't be here to be concerned about the war. We won't be here to be concerned about housing if we continue to kill our babies at this rate.